Back here from the Richard Schwartz and Associates Studios, Tandem Marler, alongside Cody Blazak, if you're just joining us. And we just got done kind of looking at our Week 5 reactions. And like usual, let's give the other few sports some shine. Volleyball is picking up. We got to watch a great match Monday night here on the Max Out Sports Network.
Yeah, it was fun. It was unexpected in the sense that it was a blowout, and then it wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, Nettleton versus East Webster volleyball. Again, we're into the divisional slate. Volleyball is turning towards the postseason. We're right there, and we're about to have playoff volleyball here on the network. So,
I mean, it is
super excited about that.
What's today? The 2nd. It starts the 8th. So we're 6 days away.
Yeah, I mean, we were right here. So Nettleton and East Webster match up Monday night. We're there on the call. Beautiful gym there at East Webster, by the way. One of my favorite gyms that we go to. Nettleton, as you said, comes out and wins the first 2 sets. I mean, they are up 2 sets to none. And then the third set comes out, and it looks like a junior varsity match.
Well, it wasn't just came out and won. They dominated.
Yeah.
And oh, I take that back. First set, they did dominate. Second set, they dominated for half of it. And then East Webster went on, what was it, an 11-0 run to make it really close. Nettleton pulled that second set out, but after that, East Webster took over.
Yeah, took over, won the next 2 sets. So we're going to the 5th set, knotted up. And I think East Webster just kind of ran out of gas there at the end.
Well, I also think it was, if it was 15, if you play that 5th set to 25, I'm not sure East Webster doesn't come back and win it, because that's how they won every set they won and kept themselves in every set. It just took them a minute to get going in each set.
Yeah, again, like I said, I think Nettleton just kind of ran out of gas. They don't substitute a lot. You know, they've got Zion Seals playing outside hitter.
Golly.
Freak athlete.
I mean, if you want to watch some power and someone who can jump, go watch her.
She's listed at what, like 5'6"? I don't buy it. I think she's about 5'4", 5'5", and has a vertical through the roof. She was fun to watch.
Electric.
Yeah. And then Chloe Humble, who I think is one of the better setters we'll see all season. Really kind of made her presence felt, set up her teammates really well, but they don't substitute a lot. So they got into that, kind of past that 15-point mark in the first 4 sets, and you could see Nettleton kind of wearing down, slowly but surely. So East Webster was able to take advantage of that because they do kind of have a stable that they keep rotating.
They do, and it wasn't consistent enough.
No.
That was the issue. And going forward, I mean, both teams fun to watch. I mean, that's a volleyball match that is fun and it's electric.
It is.
I mean, that was a really enjoyable match on Monday.
It was. And I'm going to try to find the Max Preps volleyball rankings for Mississippi, but obviously we can't talk about volleyball without talking about Ingomar.
No, you cannot. And if I had to guess, I know you're going to pull it up, but I would guess they're sitting in that top 5.
I'm sure.
My guess would be number 4.
Well, I mean, and this is 1 through 7A.
Correct. Which is why I'm giving a little bit of space.
And you are correct. According to Max Preps, number 1 team, like Cormorant, they're obviously fantastic. They're 34-5 on the season. Ocean Springs, 29-7.
I believe Ingomar's 2 losses were to Lake Cormorant as well this season.
I think they were.
There's a reason they're where they're at.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Lake Cormorant and Ingomar have both played an insane number of matches. Ocean Springs at 29-7, Lewisburg 25-9, Ingomar at 34-2 at the 4 spot. Underneath them is Brandon 26-7. What's crazy to me, Cody, is that Ingomar is a 1A school. I mean, they are down there in the divisions.
I think it just speaks to the credit of that talent. I mean, was it you? I think you said it the other day. Anything they do in a gym, they do it well.
They do. I mean, that at Ingomar, there's no football program. So all they do all fall is stay in the gym. And when winter hits and it becomes basketball season, volleyball season, whatever, they're excellent at it. They're excellent at it.
Yeah, they're good. They're 2A. 2A. And
they were 1A for a long time.
Region 2, they are the 1 seed.
Oh, yeah.
Still waiting for their matchup coming on the 8th, or actually it's the 5th for 2A. So it starts a little earlier for the lower divisions. That 7A starts on the 8th. But, I mean, playoffs are right around the corner.
Yeah. And again, like you said, the only loss is coming to Lake Cormorant, which is insane.
And if I recall, they were close losses. It wasn't anything too out of the water.
I don't think so. I think the sets were pretty close. I'm just super excited. Like you said, postseason volleyball is right here. And then we'll blink. Postseason volleyball will be over, and we're in basketball season.
And postseason football will be here.
Exactly. We're almost a crossover season.
We are.
Which is wild. Crossover season, for those unfamiliar, by the way, when a lot of these teams get into the postseason in football, basketball season will have started. So a lot of these basketball teams will be without their football players that play both for a good stint. And that means New Albany and Scotty Shettles, the basketball program, might be without his son, Braden Shettles, for the first few weeks of the season.
Which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, isn't that big of a deal.
Well, I mean, as a player it is, because I can tell you, from having to do it, it is two completely different shapes.
That it might be, but as a sense of a team thing is in it's early non-district games.
Yeah,
you want to win them, but it's not what'll get you into the playoffs.
You do, but it's also such valuable time to get used to playing. Because in high school, more times than not, you're probably never going to have the same starting five back. You've got to get used to adding new pieces to the rotation. And yeah, that's what summer is kind of for, summer ball. But if you're a two-sport athlete and you go 2, 3, 4 months without playing summer ball, you're having to kind of not relearn the system, but reacclimate.
I imagine Braden Shettles will be all right.
I mean, I'm sure he'll be fine. He's in much better shape than I was. I'll tell you that.
Probably
he's in
true.
much better shape than I was.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine, or at least he will.
Yeah, but
with the transition.
Well, they've got a big season coming up too. But back to volleyball. I still have my eye on Ingomar. I think that they are the most impressive team in the state for what they are. Like Cormorant, obviously a program. No, they're a program. There's a difference between a program and a program. Like Cormorant, volleyball program. I mean, just ran so well, plays so well, and it's fun to watch.
I would like to see Ingomar play all 1 through 7A state champs and see how well they fare at the end of the season.
That'd be fun. Because they played Tupelo.
Like a showcase sort of thing?
They played Tupelo and won.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I mean, tell me it wouldn't be fun to watch them play an extra 6 games against all the state champions and see what they can do.
So, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. They used to do something similar to that in basketball. It was called the Tournament of Champions. And the 1As, and you'd play 1 through 6, and the winner was the winner of the Tournament of Champions.
The Super Mississippi State Champion.
Like you won the state title for your division, then if you could go on and win the Grand Slam. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was called, is the Grand Slam. And I've got to do some research on that.
They should do that.
Because I just had a great idea for a segment. We should get and find some Grand Slam champions. Because I guarantee you there's some around us that would be willing to come on the show and just talk it up.
That's an idea.
That's an idea. And maybe we could make a call to the MHSAA, get a rep down here, and talk to them about bringing back the Grand Slam.
That is an idea.
The Max South Sports Grand Slam Tournament. Here we are.
Yes.
Here we are.
I think we're getting a yes.
We've got to laugh out of the booth. We'll see if we get some more laughs out of them. That's about all the time for this segment. And Cody, we've got a big game of the week on hand. I cannot wait to talk to you about it, to all of our listeners about it right after this break. We'll be back in a moment from the Richard Schwartz and Associates studios.